Alright, welcome back, Soul Spark Tarot. This is part two. Um, yeah, man, that was a really deep channeled message, and I needed that out. So, because I've changed, because I've been through that position before, you know, because I have wisdom, I now understand that I know I need that outlet, and I know that outlet needs to come in a couple of different ways. Some of those ways are physical, some of them are creational, like fire. Others are intellectual, and then sometimes they're emotional. Finding the right outlet is the key, and who you are is changing, so it's always a hunt. And the right key is the key to your frequency at that moment. I like to talk, but again, going back to the idea of helping people. If there was a help box, I would help people. That's it. That's what I wanted always as like a counselor. But you got to do all of these things with people who don't want help. Sometimes people who need help don't know how to ask. So, what do? Well, you find a new avenue. Like this dude. So I'm Mr. Renew, and I like to use music to help me express. And then I like to use silence because that's a form of music. We call it a rest note. But as we do this, I'm going to give you this cards right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to see it real clearly, like it's transparent. So this is the energy that you're enacting yourself with. And then we're going to lay 4 cards down. I think I've done this reading before a long time ago when I went deep on the 4 parts of yourself. That was with the Thoth deck. So anytime I use the Thoth deck, know we going deep. We're not using it right now, but we're looking at it at its peaks. Looking at the mountain points. We're looking at the top parts of you. So we can see how to make moves because you clearly already have a strong foundation. You're at the top. So let's see what we need to do with the energy that's going to come out for us so we can find the right keys for our outlets. Alright, so it's not overall energy. Again, it's not overall energy. Think of it as you may. This is the energy to enact. How do I embody this energy? Again, I guess I didn't say this, but I'm a deep reader. I read deeply. I can see lots, and I can express it. So understand, I'm not assuming you to be some rookie. And if you're a rookie, hold on. But you might be here as a rookie with some talents. But you still better hold on. What energy should you enact? Put your mind, body, and soul on this energy, and then you will act. It's the energy to embrace. Energy to embrace. Alright, not waiting anymore. Ooh. Energy to embrace is built on the foundation of the devil. The foundation of the devil card is simple for me. A lot of people want to see negative things about the devil card. The devil card is, if you listen to the channel message before, the devil card for me is the self-sabotage or the part of you no longer fuck with. A part of you that just is no longer going to be included in your life. So, this is your addictions. But this is the you in that addiction. So, you're leaving an old self. This is the wands. Normally when this card is upright like this, that means you're waiting on something externally. Waiting on at the mailbox, I'm waiting in line for the bathroom. I'm waiting in line to check out at the grocery store. I'm waiting in line to meet my favorite singer. I'm waiting. I'm not waiting. I'm doing something. But I'm doing something internally now, so I'm waiting on the inside. I don't know which way to go, seeing me multiplied by a foe. But I just do all these things that I do on this beat, as you see. You got to include yourself as the fourth rod. This is the whole idea of me saying, don't just see the energy, don't just see what you want to do, be what you want to do. So now, since we have this energy, you are waiting on the version of you who can be all that you can need in your life. So instead of looking on the outside things for coming in, you turned yourself around and was like, all right, which one of you niggas is going to lead the way? Oh, all you motherfuckers had ideas a second ago. Now nobody want to step the fuck up. We're waiting on that volunteer. Instead of looking for that motherfucker outside of you, you're looking for it inside of you. Wonderful. So the energy that we need to exude now for ourselves is which one of us, which parts of us is going to step up. That's so beautiful. Again, this is deep. You might get some devilish parts of you that step up. You better listen, because they're in a new environment, so they might do what they need to do. But it's now legal, let's say. You got to look at shit like that. What I would do that was bad over here, it's so needed and valued, niggas will pay me extra for it. You got to see this in this point of view now, because again, that's already what we saw. We just didn't value it that way. We saw it as beautiful things on the outside, but going back to that channel message, that's your mom telling you you're about to have a sister or a brother, and guess what? It's going to be the most wonderful thing, and then it's not. So that's the idea of this energy. You're not needed, you're not valued, you're just the middle child now. We wanted you first so we can start off, kind of thing. So, which versions of you are you waiting on? We're going to look at the earthly side of you, the fire, the air, and the water. Okay, the earth sign is going to come out the last because that's going to see how the fire, air, and water is manifesting. Thus, fire, air, and water are the only things that exist. Earth exists in relationship to these things, so it's a third thing. It's like a baby. It's like if God created the air, the fire, and then the water, then the air, the fire, and the water convinced or kind of created the earth in their own ways. This is why when you mix those things up differently, you get different realities. Like the fact that you can have Earth and then every other planet that we know about is majority gas. That's a whole different makeup. For some reason, this shit has a different composition. Venus has a different composition. Nevada has a different composition than Florida. These south side of the fucking neighborhood has trees, north side doesn't. It's simple. But what we're looking at is there's differences. But because there's four things, you got to see differences again. And a lot of people forget that. They see themselves as one thing, but you're not. You're a multitude. That's why when I'm saying you're the expression of the multitude, the earth, I'm not saying it's fake. What I'm saying is the expression could change. This is what we call refinement. Take raw ore or earth and you can turn it into a steel beam. Different stages of that is still earth, but what are we doing to refine it? Well, the manufacturing process and the refinement process normally deals with adding some heat, adding some water, creating steams, and controlling those temperatures with pressure. Oh, you know how you do this on a daily? If you are a person who knows how to cook food, this is a very good example for you. That is it. If you put something that has liquid in there and it has a container on there, if you put too much heat in it, like put it in the microwave, like a TV dinner in a microwave, if you don't cut a slit, you hear a pop. Pops open. Too much pressure for that volume. So the bag explodes. But sometimes we do that on purpose. Like with steamed vegetables. Put the vegetables bag in the microwave, and guess what? Boop! You hear a little noise, and a little bit later, the microwave is done. It's like timed or something. It's like they planned that shit or something. What they're changing and planning are thermodynamics. And when you inject different amounts of heat to things, you got to look at what things you're injecting heat to. Is it a thing that has a lot of water, or is it a thing that has a little bit of water? But then on the flip side, you go into the state I called with oxygen or without oxygen. And so are things going to be reactive to fire? We call these things flammable, right? But then over here, we call it oxidation. But it still deals with oxygen or the air aspect to the fire. So when you got these things in conjunction or a trinity, now you get states of being. This is what earth and matter is. It's a package state. It's a package state of different frequencies. As we put these frequencies together, we get different moments or phases of a refinement process. And whenever you decide that this is where I want to stop, this is where you be, and this is where you see. Your goal is to not look outside of the things you can see no more. See the different frequency weights. See the different frequency rates that you have on the inside of you, and then I want you to find different combinations. Don't just sear the chicken. Pan sear the chicken after you tenderize it. Don't just tenderize the chicken. Marinate the chicken, then pan sear it, and then throw it in the oven. Oh, don't just throw it in the oven after and roast it. I want you to first baste it. I'm adding different words, but it's the same chicken, and it's the same cook, and it's the same motherfucking cooked food in the refinement process. But as I'm adding different steps, as I'm refining how I'm treating the chicken, as I'm understanding temperatures, I'm controlling the heat, I'm adding different what we call liquids, right? Emotions. I'm tenderizing this so-called matter. But with the tenderization and then with the chilling or the lack of temperature or heat, aka the refrigerator, in addition to me putting it, let's say, in a seal-proof container, reducing the oxidation or the breakdown rate, and then if I put all of that shit together on some heat and let's say some butter, it'll give me certain effects because of me separating the water from the heat. The oil now, it has a heat temperature concentration that's higher than the water. So now the chicken doesn't get dry. And so because I'm adding all of these different parts to my process of cooking chicken, you gotta see that's you living your life too. What parts are you adding? Do you know what you're doing? Do you see the differences? Are you able to notice the chemical reactions behind how you injecting this part and that? Do you got the right seasonings? Is this shit tasty or not? What is going on? That's what you're looking at when I'm talking about going inside and seeing the inside of you. See that fire, see that water, see that air, and see yourself as the earth that is being created through them all. Damn, my chicken just keep burning. I'm doing all the things he said. Nigga, he didn't say cook that shit on high. Why would you not cook it? Why would you skip that? You did everything right and you put it on the fire and the pot is smoking? What was you thinking? And you did it 6 times? What the fuck is going on? That's how I will react to my friends. And I guess some of my old friends didn't like that, and they friends became what they were in the past. I'm not there to talk about that. I'm just saying that is my natural response to things, because how do you get to point D without going through A? Like, how did you get to this point? But that's me, because I understand the steps. Some people were only taught step E. So like as I got older, I realized that, but then I would try to tell people, hey, we all learn different ways. It's better for us to like try to build a table and then us say it's a potluck. We built the table together, and then we said, well, then I brought the mac and cheese, and you brought the turkey, and then they brought the greens, and then somebody else brought the pie. But we built the table together. So that is the part that a lot of people they miss, but that's what the 10 of cups is. But that's what all the 10 cups are, or all the 10 cards are. They're always points of togetherness. So even if you're loving or putting all your mixtures together to make your sweet tea or your marinade for my chicken, let's say, I'm getting hot as fuck. The fire parts will be understanding the temperatures, internal, external. You having your thermometers and shit like that. You will have different levels of mastery of that fire energy. And then the air will be, what am I doing? Am I mixing these two together versus mixing those two spices together? I'm going to add my garlic first, and then I'm going to add my rosemary, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put the chicken right on top of that, and then I'm going to cut the other onions and put that on top of the onions. Man, I was going too hard. I was going too crazy. It just cut off on me. It said no internet. But, okay. Let's get back onto it. 10 cards represent mastery. And sometimes mastery comes in a state that destroys one parts of you, but it births some new. That's what we got to understand. How does it create new? Well, you burnt 6 chicken breasts, but what can we do? Well, we can try again. Now you understand a little bit more mastery about heat. You got mastery over the air part, of the water and marinades. You got the spices right, but you got to get the heat right. And then the outcome, or the chicken or the earth, will be better. So now you got this typical control a little down packed. You change up the recipe, and now instead of you needing to look outside yourself, you'll see yourself as a stable self now, and then from that stability is what births the 6. Again, by you going inside, you're starting to become the 4 of Pentacles, or 4 of Rods. Again, we're looking at our table legs now. And we're trying to say, why are my table legs unbalanced? But then you're realizing that, it's not the table legs that are unbalanced, it's the table. It's all of it. So you're including yourself now. And that's the whole thing. So let's actually see this shit. What's the fire energy? Temperature is on its beat. What's the air? What's the water? All right. Okay. All built from the Wheel of Fortune. So, instantly what I'm hearing is, for each of these things, these are correct. These are correct, but they're not applied in the right spot. So you got chicken marinade and chicken seasoning and all of these things for chicken and poultry, and you put it on like waffles, pancakes and French toast and shit. What the fuck are you doing? Oh man, but guess what? You're not doing it wrong. You're missing something. What is the thing that we're missing? Well, it's some kind of earthly understanding. And this is why I like channeling messages first. Even though that message just cut the fuck out on us, maybe it came back, I don't know. But I was going hard. And I was given the understanding of the fire, the air, and the water.
It's more than just a car.
But now I'm seeing that the water and all of these things, they come differently. And this is what I'm trying to tell you of how it's its own thing first, and then they come together to make a new thing, and then you have to still see it as what that thing is. Yes, the chicken or the steak is cooked medium well, but that shit is overcooked for me and it's undercooked for others. You just gotta see it for what it is. And then we can change scale and say, well, I like my meat raw. Pause. Damn. Pause. No diddy. Oh, but anyways. And then some people will say, that is super undercooked for me. You didn't even cook it at all. You just steamed it. This ain't a vegetable, nigga. This is beef. So, people who have well done, there still can be well done. And then some people will say, well, that well done is burnt to me. Guess what? Nigga, I eat my shit medium. That shit been burnt. So, this is this card. This is that 3 of Rods card in reverse when you're applying it as an action. When you're actually seeing this as me living life, this is what I'm talking. So instead of just hearing words and being a storyteller for tarot and energy, be a teacher. Come on, people. I want y'all to step it up. I want y'all to be better for you. I want you to do more for yourself because you got more. Stop self-sabotaging the parts of you that want to stand up and volunteer. Let me do it. Nah, nigga. You 6 years old. What the fuck you know about building drywall? Nigga, I watch this shit all day, every day. I promise you I can do this. Get a little fucker a hammer then. And that motherfucker go off and do the greatest shit. But guess what? The recipe had to be right. You had to have the right adults there who will be like, you crazy. And then the little kid had to have been crazy enough to be like, yeah, nigga, I can do that. And then they had to have been respectful enough to have the banter across. And then the adults had to have been skilled enough to say, well, let this motherfucker try. And the kid was like, man, I'm so skilled enough, even though I haven't actually practiced it, I'm missing this part. Even though I got enough like information that I can build the recipe up and I can get this shit done. I've seen it so much that I've been there. I got so many mental reps that these feelings over here feel so real. All I need is a shot. All I need is an opportunity. But our thought process is currently with the Knight of Pentacles. So this, at first I was thinking that this card was representing that we didn't know what to do. No, you don't know how to give yourself a shot. Oh, but this would say that you was going on an adventure, slow but steady, getting all the details of finding that out. This says that you're supposed to go with no details. You're not supposed to know. The little kid isn't supposed to know that these are just going to happen to be the adults to give this motherfucker a hammer and some nails and some actual drywall and say, measures, do what you got to do, buddy. And then guess what? If that kid could turn around and they can see something else, if they cannot just do it themselves, if they can learn how to like get some help or direct some people and say, all right, I need you to do this, this, and this for me. I'm going to do this. And they go and become a manager of the steps. In other words, if he can show that he can't just take chicken out the microwave, take a pan, put it on the stove, put some butter on there, and put it on there with some fire. If they can't, and throw some salt and pepper on there, if like he can show that he can do those basics, those adults would probably be like, oh, he put the drywall up, put some hammers, some nails in there, he did pretty good. But if the kid goes off and now refines that process further, and now he says, all right, I'm going to need you to do A, B, and C, and D for me, and then I'm going to go over here and do this, and then I'm going to put these steps in here, and then I'm going to take these measurements, and then we're going to cut it this way and make sure we save it like this, and then we're going to put the shit up. We'll have the wall ready, break. With those extra steps, do you think those adults would have been expecting that? No. That is the opportunity, or this missing card, or this earth sign. We don't know which you is going to show up until you see the recipe. But you gotta see the recipe might show up when the motherfucking audience ain't right neither. So you gotta know how to tap in. Damn, I thought we had it. I thought it was the one. I thought this was it. But then guess what? Something is off. How can I flip roles and say, damn, that motherfucker didn't really do, he didn't do a professional job, but this 6-year-old kid just came over here and did a pretty good fucking job. I could hire this nigga. Like, for real. Like, he could do some shit for me. He could work. This nigga could work. Like, if I took on that perspective, both sides of the party have now taken a little part of themselves and brought it to the other side and was like, damn, new perspective. Did you just see that shit? Yes. What can we do with that information? Adults should say, this kid just showed me that little kids can do anything. My old ass can start anew. Some adults be like, this little know-it-all ass little fucking kid. Somebody else be like, man, I've been trying to tell y'all, this nigga is a genius. Another dude can be like, man, that shit shocked the fuck out of me. Another adult be like, y'all niggas need to fucking get back to work. So, what this is showing us is the different combinatory aspects of people, but it's expressing itself as different combinatory mixtures of what we call fire, air, and water. Those three things held in some kind of preoccupied space, just like that one scenario of a 6-year-old with some adults debating about drywall. We can easily have the same scenario where the little kid tries and fucking uses the hammer and smashes their hand and it ends up at the fucking hospital. The end. The kid never did drywall ever again. Goodbye. Like, the scenarios will always change. The mixtures is what we're looking at. It's because they cannot change outside of the shit that they already are. Then you gotta realize that the storylines are going to be the same even when you have different mixtures. This is psychology. This is what development is across psychology when applying certain biologies. The application of the biologies is showing you the application of these things in totality. Once you can put these biologies together, you can have biological expressions. Once you can put the seed in the dirt, you can have the earth, the oxidation, and the water come together with the heat. And that will progress it into a new expression. And then that expression will progress again into a new expression. This is the seedling. We can start over. We can start with the seed. Then we get into the germination. Then we plant that seed in some soil or some earth or a new place because it's been expressed. And then it sprouts. And then it has 2 leaves. And then those leaves fall off. And then it builds a stalk. And then that stalk builds more leaves. And then those leaves build a higher stalk. And then we get more leaves. And we continue to grow. And then it dies again. And then it comes back strong as a full-fledged plant. But now I have a flower in between, something that I value. I died and I was reborn again. I can see it now, even though you can't see this. I can see now it's a whole new point of view. This is called scale, people. This is what scale is. So, Knight of Pentacles in the mind state says that you're not waiting on the things that you need to wait on. You're starting to force shifts mentally in the things that need to take a long time, they don't need to take a short time. You're forcing shifts upon her. You're not taking the long traditional route anymore. You're realizing that because you've been trying, new things have been coming in. So now you value the journey and you're saying, I don't need to journey anymore. I'm going to stop right here. I'm not going to journey anymore. And so that's what your mind is doing. You're not searching for anything anymore. Why? Well, emotionally, we got the strongest fire energy available. Damn, that's crazy. So you got scalding hot water. Ah, nigga, it's water though. Put some more water on them. Make it cold this time. Changes in temperature. But the sun is the happiest. So it's not, ah! It's more like, oh, this spa feels so good. Whew, whew, whew. Damn, this hot spring is kind of hot. But the minerals. Oh, the sand, it feel like I'm getting a deep body scrub. Wow. That is the change in temperature on the emotions. I'm hype. I'm always expressive, right? But that is to give you in different parts of yourself the energy it needs to remain engaged with these long lectures. This is important because you are telling the story to yourself based upon how you can hear it. Not everybody can see these cards, but I'm hoping that you can see the images in your mind. And if you are here, I'm telling you, you should already be at a graduate level opposed to a high school level. You should be beyond the scope if you're fucking with me. You gotta see this now as parts of you that fuck with parts of you that don't fuck with other parts of you, and see it as the life that you already lived. Now you can vision yourself with more parts of yourself, but you are the sun above it all. This is how you feel emotionally. It's 10 of Cups. Over here in the fire energy, we actually have a fire card. But what is this fire card? I got the energy of defending myself, having a high ground. I just came from victory. That's the 6 card. That means I'm the champion, and this is everybody over the years trying to stand up to you. But you got years of experience of being a champion, and you're the only champion, and you're the multi-time champion, and you're just doing the damn thing. And then you're going to go to the 8 of Rods. And we all know what the 8 of Rods is, right? Feels like this song. We're gonna change this. I feel like we need a new energy. So I had to go and bring it. See, that's why I'm saying we need a new energy. Perfect. So, get into the 8 and then get into the 9 of Rods. We're going to look at how this guy becomes weary. I'm getting on the brink of retirement. This is LeBron James, been in the fucking NBA for 22 years or whatever, and just like slowly saying, I'm done. That's what, and then he's going to choose to take on the responsibility of being done. But like Tom Brady, he might become an analyst. And now we'll be listening to him talk about basketball after he done played basketball for 25 years or whatever. The only person to ever do it. So guess what? He knows that he has an advantage already, which is why he's choosing to stop. I no longer need to think about my future. My son is in the NBA. My other son is going to be in there soon. And then guess what? I'm the greatest. I got records that nobody has. I got some records that some people will never ever reach. And then guess what? He feels so good doing whatever he needs to do emotionally. But how does this come out? That is the key. So for us, we're looking at exuding these energies and nothing has seemed bad whatsoever. So for me, that leads me to understand that you've been trying to search for where you need to go. And the problem is you haven't been applying what you know in the right way. This energy has not been received properly because you haven't put something in the right perspective, because you didn't value that perspective enough until you was placed in it, and now you appreciate being a middle child when you get disregarded and treated like shit, but have all the responsibilities placed upon you. You don't want to look at it on the outside no more. You're seeing how you make the fourth, and now you're stable inside. You don't wait for anything, you wait for you to show up. But let's see what areas we haven't been showing up or we have been showing up at. And let's see if it makes sense for what we're trying to get going with ourselves. Let's see. What is the earthly energy that we need to enact to get this shit right? Look, it wanted to cover itself. It wanted to hide. It wanted to not be seen. This is something that is sneaky. Let's see what's sneaking. It's a person. It's a person. It's a It's the person of you, the king, well, in this case, it's the queen of whatever the fuck I wanted in the past. This is the idea of Black Lilith as Chiron. Black Lilith as Chiron. Black Lilith as the nodal point of the pain. It is the pain point in the pain point. It's the devil on its throne. That's so funny because the devil card came out first at the bottom at the foundation. And the foundation is the seed for me. And that roots everything. It's the one and everything really fractals off. Think of it like a cloud raining. When we're here and we're in a position where the devil is on his throne and he's raining down his will upon the world, it looks beautiful. It looks like everything you wanted. It looks like everything you needed. It's passionate. It's the beautiful seductress who was wrong but was right. And the world had to catch up to her. But she's running from her old self. And so because a part of her ran away, she said, fuck it, I'm gonna rule this shit. And now she's magnificent. But with that magnificence comes the malice of all who left and all who are forced to stay. Wheel of Fortune is here, man. But this here is not the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, let me show you what I mean. Let's get two clarifier cards for this Queen of Wands. Came right out. So, do you see what I'm saying? This, I hope you see what I'm saying when I'm like, this shit made it so clear to me.
Want to earn cryptocurrency?
So,
try Coinbase.
This is everything you wanted in the past.
Buying, selling, earning, and
this is that mom who can't believe that she created some bullshit children. I'm gonna keep my story forever. Old stubborn lady, just a mean old Karen. This is the energy. I'm hearing mother wound. This energy is what's stopping this other energy from manifesting properly. But I don't know how it's manifesting in you or out of you. Again, what are you looking at? You don't know. You're looking at this. You're looking at this Queen of Wands, but you can't see that shit. So you've been forced to go in on the inside to kind of hope that you can see how this energy is made up. But this energy that's made up that you're looking for on the outside is made up from the Empress and the Five of Pentacles. That is horrible. That is horrible. This is Anastasia. Horrible. This here is you, which is expressed as this, which is really you looking for this. This is the Empress being kicked out her empire, not knowing she had one. So you live life as if you have one, but you don't have one. And so you're waiting for your kingdom, your queendom, your empire. You're waiting. And you know that you have it. So you're saying, if I have it, where is it? And it's already out here. but you've been outcast from it. It's like you've been outcast your own kingdom inside of you. It's like this energy, this ruler, Black Lilith, has kicked you out the house. I'm assume this is the masculine energy right now. And this masculine energy has been kicked out the house, never to return again. Ever. The scorned, bitter baby mama. The ex-wife who was the perfect woman and then had the shittiest husband, bitch ass nigga. That's this energy right now. Scorn. But the scornness is the beauty. The only reason why the beauty is scorned is because it's been cast away. We are castaways. That's what I'm hearing. This is horrible. Damn, this was so good. And then this is so horrible. And people will be like, these are such good cards. And I'm sending like, these are horrible. Because, again, you got to see it as in blend together. Why in the world would these things be blend together be bad? Why would those things be bad? It's because where is the actual water? Here's fire, here's earth, here's fire, here's fire. Where's the air? There's no air and there's no water. That means I don't have a good mixture. Everyone says earth and water go together. Nigga, water is literally air. It's in the air. Air is a mixture of things. It's water. Look, nigga, this is how I'm feeling. It's in the air. What are you talking about? So, because the water mixes well with air and it mixes well with earth, it just doesn't mix as well with fire, right? But it could. We have to understand what we actually see. And we don't see any air and we don't see any water. So what that shows us is air is masculine, water is feminine. There is a whole complete side, the other side of the 5 of Pentacles to make the 10 of Pentacles. There's a whole nother side to the story that is completely missing from this earthly energy. In other words, this energy, you express your earthly self as a person who only got half the love. You only seen half the story of your foundation. Your whole life was built upon half of what was available to you. On purpose. Why? Because you were the strongest creative feminine energy. Again, the feminine energy, the strongest creative energy. When this energy is like this says that you are the master of all. That's what this is. You are the one. This is Leo energy. I said Leo energy. This is Neo energy, but Leos see themselves as the one, the star, right? It's the same thing. So when you are the star, this is what the energy is. This is what you actually are. And if you were actually given all 10 pentacles, bro, and not left out in the code, this would have been you. You would have been making anything. You would have been creating everything. You would have superpowers because you wouldn't even need to journey to create, to know how to do it. You'll be a talented kid who just knows shit. Oh, I've seen it a couple of times and bam, I can do it. There's no slowness or retardation in how you express across the manifestation of the physical world. In other words, how do I temper over time? There will be no friction. There will be this will be what we call 0 point energy. Absolute zero friction. The pussy is wet as fuck. Frictionless. Super random why I threw it in there, but it's enough parts of people in here to understand what I'm saying, so I'm trying to give all parts of you an understanding. This is what that energy is. It's an earthly energy in an air position. Think like a Virgo who doesn't question themselves and they know, like, they're in tune with other parts of themselves. They're already of service and they're wonderful, but now I don't second guess what I'm wonderful at. So I'm now the top dog nurse, who became a doctor, who became a fucking firefighter, who became an Air Force fighter jet fighter, and now I'm a chef. Like, you don't think, you just know, and you do, and it comes out, and it manifests. Think, then I manifest. That's what this energy is. This is what you would be like if you had all 10 pentacles. Emotionally, your energy will sing like the most refreshing drink ever for anybody. It's like, oh, that's the energy with the sun being in the emotional state. Again, you already have this, you already have this, you already have this. You're the most fierce protector, you're the best, you're the champion, you're so talented, you're so good. We all love how amazing you are. Wow, look at all you do, and we will defend you. Your talents speak for themselves. These are wonderful things. This is what should be. This is what should be. But this is what has been blocked. This is what has been prevented by only giving it half of what it needs. This is putting a koi fish in a little baby like fish tank like this. This is like putting a goldfish in a tank like this, when goldfishes will grow the size of the space that allows them. Some things just grow and grow. The Empress grows things and then it ejects it, and grows things and ejects it. It processes and refines things, then it projects it. Processes and refines, reject. Ladies take in the sperm, ladies process and refine that sperm with her parts and eject it. Then they do it again. Just like I breathed in dust and shit, and then it gets processed and refined through the cilia of my lungs. Now a loogie come up and get ejected. I drink water, it gets processed and refined through my body, and it gets ejected. This is the Empress energy. The receive, process, refine, eject. That is the Empress energy. So stop thinking this as a ruler. This person don't be out ruling over shit. They receive, they process, they refine, then they eject. She's managing the fucking city. She ain't out there conquering and doing political bullshit with other territories. That shit happens when I need this feminine understanding. Wife, will this shit work for the kingdom? Nah, daddy, this shit gonna make us broke. Do you mock me, sir? That's what the Empress energy is supposed to be. She got her own, she's managing the household. In other words, everybody's complete energies showing up as earth. But when it's actually somebody's fire, somebody else's water, and somebody else's air, and if you got multiple kids and they're all doing their own things, most of the time, that shit manifests as trouble. Oh shit, I haven't heard my 2-year-old child in like 5 minutes. I smell some trouble. Right? God damn it, we're supposed to be taking a test and everyone's fucking talking. This smells like trouble. There's points where you can put blends together and you can see trouble or goodness. Damn, the stove is smoking and the chicken turned from white to crispy black. Trouble. Damn, the wheat was healthy and brown and luxurious, and now it's pale and white. It's brittle. Trouble. These are refinement processes, people. This is what the Empress energy is. This is what should be happening. You should be manifesting things that make people happy, that literally stand for themselves, and you should be on your throne sitting pretty, but you over here trying to figure out how to figure out. That's crazy. You're trying to figure out how to figure out when you are it. There's no figuring to do, but this is here. And this is blocking you. So instead of being in your full Empress mode, You're being this fucking queen. So I don't know what you need. I don't know what you need. Let's find out what we need. What does this queen, what do we need? How do we need to blend this energy to give this queen the other half of her stability? How do we build up on the 10, the 5 of Pentacles to the 10? How is us enacting stable internal energy going to help this Queen of Wands let somebody in the house again? So, you need a new mind, and the mind is going to come from something youthful, some new experience that you're kind of skeptical about. Is intimacy. Intimacy. Something is going to be coming in to give you some intimacy, and you got to change your... I keep saying you have to, but you don't have to, because if you try to change it, it's just going to create a new version of you that just doesn't understand it. In other words, the wife is going to find another reason to not let the husband back in the house. It's just going to find a new reason to say no. It's going to find a new reason to project why. We got to change that. We don't want that. That's the whole thing. So something's going to come in to help you not instantly, like, make up an excuse to not accept some shit. And so this is what's coming in. A Tower, Queen of Cups as a Knight. So to me, because the Queen of Cups is one of my favorite cards, the Queen of Cups, I see it as the Queen of Swords, how everybody else expresses it. The Queen of Cups doesn't share emotion. So the emotions aren't being shared, and they're coming in through as a knight, right? But what is behind it? The Tower. So either this person is coming from a tower, and this person got out of the tower as the Queen of Cups. This is, if I had to sum up everything that we've stated about this 5 of Pentacles Empress energy, let's just call it her tower. You come out of your tower as the Queen of Wands. This person comes out of their tower as the Queen of Cups. But for me, the Queen of Cups acts like the Queen of Swords. And for me, the Queen of Wands acts like people describe as the Queen of Cups. There's going to be some kind of connection, misconnection that's going to happen, because this person is coming in as a fire sign, and that means you're going to see them as a fire sign, and you're going to defend against that fiery energy, but then you're going to look at it from a new point of view, and then you're going to question the emotion behind it. You're going to question the cup that is capped. You're going to question why this person holds their emotion, and the reason why is because of this. But this reason why, this fish in the cup, this capped cup, I'm never letting a fish ever get in my cup again. This Tower moment is the same reason why you are in the 5 of Pentacles and don't have the 10 of Pentacles as the Empress, birthing and creating. It's like the kingdom that needs to marry off their princess to another kingdom to be absorbed in the greater thing, but keep like their lordship and their royal status. So now, in other words, they don't lose their money. It's like the business corporate owner marrying off his daughter and becoming family with another corporation, and then when that kid takes over, now we can merge through partnership. I think this shit came on already. That's what this 5 of Pentacles is for you. Just like this fish in this person's cup, this is both of your guys' towers. So again, this energy, I don't care who this person is, bro. The you on the inside is going to change by this outside energy coming into you and you being able to see it differently. And then when you finally heal these wounds, you can see the wounds of this person coming into you and you can help them heal theirs because you got the sun on the emotional side where they got fish. So here's how you change that perspective. Here's how it's going to come. Oh, I got to use water. Well, fish come from water, but I got to use water to clean my fish. And then I can put the fish in the fryer and then I can cook it. So now I'm not saying, oh, why is there water in or fish in my water? Or why does this fish or this water taste fishy? Like, what is this? You don't think about it. You'll just defend the fact that, oh, I got some seafood smelling water. Guess I'm cooking some seafood. Like, I know that's simple, but the idea is that simple point of view of you trivializing this tower for this person is going to help them trivialize your tower for you. That's what this is. It's a tit for tat. It's a balance. But what is it a balance of? Illusions of the devil. So it's going to help us change the weight of the devils that we see from the past. Damn. This shit is going to help you take all the emotional illusions, this person who has the tower moment of emotions. I mean, you can say the same shit about you over here, but your emotions seem to be okay. Like, even with you only having the 5 of Pentacles from your foundational state, which is probably why you don't have the abundance that you should. You don't have the abundance like you should as an Empress. Or this person. But you don't have, you might have, or you or this other person might have the financial abundance, foundational abundance, but they don't have the emotional abundance. But between both of you, it's the devil card, the foundation of this whole reading. There's some devilish energy between both of these parties. Even if it's just you and other you, self-sabotage you and self-sabotage you. But y'all trying to come to an agreement, and now you're mediating between the two. Whatever it manifests as for you, understand that you're balancing two things within you too. What are the two things? The masculine and the feminine energy of why the illusion, of why the Maya, of why the Ma'at. Two feminine principal energies. So this is like a girl and a gay dude. The reason why I'm saying that is because the girl and the gay dude could understand something about a feminine energy problem more than a girl and a straight dude, or a straight dude and a straight dude, or a gay dude and a straight dude. The totality of it all has a total, more comprehensive understanding of overstanding or knowledge, so that means these parts won't be as confusing. But currently, you have a disbalance or this devil-like energy between both sides of you. The problem is there's an emotional state that is bringing confusion, which is why you're going to be questioning this cup with the fish in there. Are you cooking fish or not, man? What the fuck? Is this a fish tank? What we doing with this? But that's going to bring a new perspective. And that new perspective is going to bring a change. And that change, I think, is going to be just you deciding which of these devil things you're going to choose to balance. If you had to choose some devil-like shit and just roll with it, which ones you going to choose? Are you going to choose the worst off things for you? Or are you going to choose some shit that's not too bad, that might do this, might do that? Are you going to look at the consequences? Are you going to juggle? What you going to do now since you understand the recipes within you? There's always going to be this little fucking devil bugger in you. There's always going to be this little devil in you. And the devil is just you doing shit of the past. I used to love all of these things. I used to love them all. Love smoking, drinking, doing this, doing that, doing this, being here, being there. Love all of it. But now you're chained to it and you don't want to be. So you're juggling between what you don't want and what you don't want. And that's stopping you from seeing what you do want, which is these cups. But you're seeing what you don't want from the cup. Instead of saying, somebody's giving me a cup. Not realizing that the cup coming in is a cup that is just, it's so protected, it's so purified, it's water from a glacier, it's high quality H2O, blessed by a magic shaman man. It's from the water boy. That is this energy coming into you, but the only reason why it's here is because they had to fight for their life to get this fucking magic glacier water. So they ain't giving it up, but they, for some reason, coming in to give it up. Something is coming in to give it up. Those adults are coming in to give this 6-year-old that opportunity. Build your drywall wall, buddy. Something needs to be balanced. So, what's the final message, man? Instead of the seven of cups, instead of juggling the 7 of cups, I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to throw an extra cup in there and say, fuck it all. You're throwing this away. You're choosing not to go to love. I don't know why. That's what you're doing. You're choosing not to look for love. I'm hearing like a nun. It's like you're so good with your emotion, you don't want nobody. And I think that this person who came from a tower moment, who got this pure water, is coming in with you in your balance, but the overall energy is that you don't want emotion. It's like you don't want this shit. You don't want it. And this is coming from the King of Pentacles energy. I mean, to me, that shows me that this person wants this stability. It wants to have the full 10 of Pentacles. But in the 8 of Cups, you got to throw in something extra. I'm going to flick my coin inside the fountain and then make the wish and walk away. That's this 8 of Cups card for me. Make my wish and walk away. We got a full moon right now, and this full moon is casting a shadow on a crescent. There might be some kind of energy that you have now, and it's popping back up, and you just want to throw it away. You just don't want to do it no more. I'm good. I'm good. To me, I don't know if I told this story, but I was telling the story about how retrograde came up, and like a month ago or so, like an ex-girlfriend claimed that she saw me. And you know what? I was like, cool, let's chat up. Let's get some coffee. Well, the result of that was she woke up late and was late to work and all of these things, so she missed her time, and she wasn't able to tell me until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or noon or something like that. And I was up since like 4 or 5 or something like that, because I get up early. So for me, I was already doing shit. I lived a whole life until we were supposed to meet, and then we were supposed to meet and nothing. So then, continue living my life, and I ended my day at 12, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Well, I'm good. I don't want to see you. I don't want to meet you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want nothing from you. I threw it all away. I just said, cool. Have a nice life. Well, this is the first time I was able to message you, and you're just going to cut me off. That's essentially what she said. She's like, this is the first time I was able to contact you and get to my phone. I'm like, you know, I thought about it afterwards, like, yeah, that's true, but if that happened initially, I'm going to take it as a new point of view of that cup isn't good for me, even though I thought it would be. It was what I wanted coming in, but when I looked on the inside, nah, I don't want to be around you if me coming in and making plans with you makes you late to work. It makes you jeopardize your job and money. It makes you have blockages in your life. When I asked for seamless integration, I said, I don't want to be a burden. Let me just be a part of your normal routine. and then we'll just, chat it up, and then we go about our ways and just see each other. Like, that's it. But even the smallest, like, most minimal part couldn't come together. This motherfucker just doesn't understand he needs to cut the fire down when he's cooking his chicken. He just doesn't get it, and he quit now, and he never cooks ever because he doesn't understand medium heat. Fucking dumb. Alright, cool. I'm out of here. That's it. That's how I took the energy of, like, it's just, you don't see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is like, my presence has caused issues for you in some kind of way. My presence being here has shown me that it's enough resistance. Why? Because I asked for seamless, and it was nothing but blockages. It's too much to refine in this process. It should be simple. You should just know. I thought you were a master. Guess what? Because I see the recipe inside of me, I might come off as this Queen of Wands saying, no, you ain't coming back here. You can't join this house. You don't live here no more. And then people see it as me being out in the cold, not being able to create or do things for myself, needing help, needing support. The perspective is to see yourself as a person who's more stable than all of these people because you are yourself. You can see the blends and mixtures of yourself and which expressions are being presented as you. You know when you're telling somebody off. You're conscious. I'm doing it this way and that way because I know what I want to get out of this. I am the Empress. I'm going to input the information. I'm going to refine it, process it, and then output. I know what I'm doing now. And again, it seems like people don't appreciate that, which is why they're saying, you're a fool for leaving that man. Fuck that. He was doing all of these things. You're stupid for letting her go. Hell no, bro. A, B, C, and D. Crazy. That's this energy. And it's just looking like, and it's not looking like, it stems from the idea of you not getting the full, complete 10 of Pentacles when you're a kid on your development. Again, that's where it stems from. Doesn't matter, but that's where it stems from. But then what happens is that to get this new perspective, it takes people coming externally with their own issues, hiding their own emotions, and coming in a certain, like, arrogant manner, just to be met with them in a process of you having a boundary. Hold up, it costs $10. Do you got the $10 or not? No. Anybody else got some money to support them? Yes. Okay, your $10 can be put together with his 15, or and his 5, and now all 4 of y'all can get in here. Whatever. You now see how you can build ratios up. This is this you balancing card, and when I'm balancing, what are you balancing? Anything that's coming into you that is egotistical and devil-like, whether it's energy of masculine, energy of feminine. Seductive things that you used to want, seductive things that you used to feel like you need, hoes, being hoes, and then growing up realize they don't want to be a hoe no more. Brokies being broke, realizing they don't want to be broke no more. Fuck boys chasing money, shiny things just to get hoes, thinking that they won't love, not realizing that girls only want the money. You don't got the love. There's money in this cup. There's religion in this cup. There might be manipulation in this cup. It ain't love, it ain't emotion, it ain't water. These are egotistical things. Victory over everybody coming at a price. Always look at that skeleton in there. That's a skull, death. Yeah, I'm going to be the best, but at what price? Oh, I'm going to build empires, but it's cold, dark, and lonely in the background. Oh, I'm going to be in the foreground, but you're a snake. Oh, I got snakes talking to me. Guess what? I'm expressing these parts of me that are hidden. I'm wearing a mask, in other words. These are the emotions that you understand come off as desires of people. Ace of Cups. But your Ace of Cup is the sun, so you can burn through any cup because you are the cup to yourself, which is why you don't need to accept cups from other people, especially when you know they fishy. And so, before you accept anything, you balance the manifestation of the person as they are, but you're balancing this manifestation under the egotistical guides of their emotions. And their emotions, in this case, how you are enacting emotions is through fire. So you're refining people's emotions, forcing them to take action, aka this. And the actions that they take are going to be exuded through one of these emotions. So by you putting up boundaries, you're now being able to see what people are trying to get to your emotions for which reasons. What people are trying to get to your emotions for which reasons. Here are your reasons. Here's your emotions. Here's your for good or for bad. So, final message was, you are willing to walk away from anything. And I don't think you fully understand this. It hasn't really popped up, but it's popping up enough to where people can see you will walk away and you will just like not give a fuck. It's the 8. Let me get one more, actually. You walk away from emotions because you're solid with your emotions. You walk away from the egotistical, devilish energies of the world because you don't need that anymore. You got the light. So you don't look for those things anymore, which again, this is the whole perspective change, but you use your experiences of things, of fake emotions coming in, external problems coming in, to see the light within emotionally. So you might be arguing with people because you care, but then other people might argue with you because they want to control. And so you're starting to realize where you can just say, I don't give a fuck about this. You get no more of my time. Pay me for some extra time. If you want it, not, I'm out of here. That's you not being afraid to do that no more. You got a perspective that say, if it's not good for me, it's not good for me. Yeah. So 8 of Cups with the 8 of Swords. It's exactly what I'm, with the, yes! Yes! Yes. Yes. I asked you earlier, or I told you earlier, this is good, but what makes this bad is that the expression of this is that there is no air and there is no water. I told you that the air and water was missing in the creation of this Empress. So this Empress only had 5 of Pentacles from her family instead of the 10 of Pentacles from the family. This is why this Empress shows up in the world as cold, cutthroat, beautiful, stunning, nurturing, helpful, vicious, manipulative, cunning. She can be a bitch or she can be the best. Scorned. She think that's just her personality. No, it's scorned energy from the family. Some foundational aspect. So, you mean face bitches, this is what's wrong. Your face is set upon that is because your thoughts is going over emotions of the past. And you don't like the outcomes. So your energy is preset to not accepting newness. Ain't nobody coming in this fucking house. The first man in my life hurt me. Nobody is fucking ever coming in here. I'm never living with a dude ever again. Damn, that was your dad though. I made differently from that nigga. And that's why you a bitch, nigga. My daddy did this and scorned. So, how does this help us like cure this scorned energy to get the full part to throw it away? You're not an apple farmer anymore. You moved to the tropics and now you grow bananas. That's it. That's hard. It's hard to accept because we don't even want to accept this shit in others. Oh, you was a murderer and a pimp now? But now you a fucking Christian? You know, oh, you was always a Christian? Huh. It makes you think different, right? But some people actually do turn a leaf. Some people actually be refined. Some people actually do change. And it looks like the answer or the key to that change is walking away. So it's walking away from the emotions that are, all 8 of these emotions that are associated with only 5 pentacles. That means you got extra information. You got extra emotions that weren't yours. And you weren't able to process it. Why? Because you didn't have the 3 extra pentacles. You only got 5 pentacles. So with the 1, 2, 3 extra pentacles, you would have had places to outlet those things, those emotions. But because you couldn't outlet the emotion, the only way to do that is to outlet or take on the second type of masculine energy. I couldn't express it, right, outside of my body, so I had to express it inside my body. And this is the 8 of Wands, but energy doesn't want to be caught in the body. It wants to flow. Water doesn't want to stay stuck. It wants to flow out. So when I feel angry and blocked and stopped, it's because I ain't talking. I'm thinking too much. I'm not. If I talk a lot and I don't want to, like talk no more or think no more, I can put that air into an instrument, let's say. And now my fingers is talking. This is this newfound pentacle. By you walking away from the old emotions associated with the old pentacles, like I said, and I don't think in this message or the channel message, one of them, how I just used my old friends as an example. I'm not like complaining or doing anything. It is what it is. I've already walked away and I've learned how to juggle those egos in me that associated with those people, and that allows me to still enjoy the fun times. I don't hate none of them niggas. Nobody from the past, not the people who tried to kill me, not the people who stood by, not the people who watched, not the people who didn't know. I don't hate nobody. Why? Because again, if I had to put myself in this energy, I'm this, and I ain't gonna change from that. Just because this is what they put on me by withholding themselves at a point in my life, probably longer than what I can really understand. What I'm saying is that they don't know this energy themselves. And because they don't know this energy, they don't know how this energy is going to birth this energy. They don't think that the queen can do this. But they forgot that the queen is this empress with this 5 of pentacles. So if you're going to give an empress a brand new house and some money to renovate the house, watch the fuck out. Watch the fuck out. You thought, but God knew. So I'm gonna end it right here. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful segue into this full moon energy. Again, it's a full moon right now, man. So walk away from the emotions that keep you with the old thoughts. Walk away from the old things that keep you confused and the things that made you happy. Just walk away. And when you walk away, the thoughts are going to leave too. And then God is going to give you what you've been looking for. The key, which is yourself. But it's not yourself. It's yourself in a new space. It's yourself in a new way. It's yourself with a new thought. I don't need to journey anymore. This is what's going to change. So your mental state is changing. You're not going on long adventures. You know you can do it now. So whatever you need to do right now, you know you can do it now. So go do it. All right. Peace.